Welcome to the Angus Report, a news program for cattle producers.
The week's top headlines from American Angus Association headquarters include using the latest technology to get better premiums at auction.
We look at reducing hay waste and feeders that could improve your bottom line.
And complete coverage from Angus events during the American Angus Association's 130th annual meeting.
This is the Angus Report. Hello, I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. Angus cattlemen invest a lot in their calves. A better quality calf crop means better premiums. And as Montana cattleman Bob Cook explains, capturing those premiums at sale time depends on a producer's ability to use the most up-to-date technology and to cash in on special markets.
We run an auction market, we run a video company, and over the past few years, age and source is big. We've worked real well with the Angus Association on age and source. I think a producer needs to keep ahead by watching and utilizing the technology that's available today. I know we have one of our lots, our diamond ring lot, all of the cattle over the last 2 or 3 years have been aged and sourced into that lot. We have one lot that we purchase the cattle that are all natural. And we've found a niche on every one of those particular cases.
With high feed and hay prices, it's increasingly important to reduce waste. Studies at Oklahoma State University show reducing hay waste can influence feed efficiency and significantly improve a producer's bottom line.
Dr. Lawman spoke this morning about some efficiencies that are pretty simple. In Oklahoma, we feed a lot of grass hay, alfalfa hay to our cattle. We don't have as much corn. So we were looking at ways, and his research has been focused on ways to improve the efficiency. One of those that's very simple is that most producers have some kind of a bale feeder. They found that in his research that if you just put a ring around the bottom of your bale feeder, you can reduce wastage by a significant amount. And so a lot of them are used to, in this case, a bale feeder. They're used to spending $100 to buy a bale feeder. Our research shows that if they'll spend 3 times that much and invest in a cone-shaped feeder, that they'll actually save enough hay to more than pay for that. He also talked about the opportunity to feed those cows so that instead of having access to the hay 24 hours a day, we did a comparison with limiting those cows to just a few hours per day and found out that we didn't really have a lot of change in body weight on the cows, and yet they actually ate less hay, and so they were more efficient.
Early results from a Kansas State University project suggest cattle kept in shade performed noticeably better in the packing plant with better hot yields and quality grades. That's according to Jerry Bone, a Pratt, Kansas feeder and participant in the ongoing research. Cattle were randomly sorted and separated into 2 groups, one with shade and one without. Feed intake, average daily gain, feed conversion, and carcass data were measured throughout the ongoing study, now in its summary stages.
Mexico is the second largest market for U.S. beef in terms of volume, but the devaluation of the dollar and rising prices for U.S. beef have resulted in double-digit declines in exports since the 2008 financial crisis. The U.S. Meat Export Federation, however, reports that negotiations are underway to eliminate Mexico's restrictions on beef products from cattle more than 30 months of age.
Mexico agreed with the U.S. government as part of the U.S. government supporting Mexico's request to join the Trans-Pacific Partnership was for Mexico to eliminate the current restriction on beef products from cattle over 30 months of age. That work is underway. The goal is to have those negotiations finalized by the end of the year.
Russell spoke at a recent press conference during the USMEF Strategic Planning meeting in Fort Worth, Texas.
Consumer demand for certain beef cuts, including whole cuts like roasts, increases as the weather cools into the fall. That's prime time for companies like Certified Angus Beef to assist retailers in the seasonal shift by partnering on joint advertising campaigns.
A tremendous amount of the retailer's business is done based upon ad placement. And certainly as you look at that front page feature relative to beef, about 75% of that retailer's business is derived directly from that. And so we've really put a tremendous amount of focus on trying to make certain that we're front of mind. And although beef is more expensive, and obviously CAB, that still is front of mind with those retailers and will drive business. At the end of the day, obviously, producing certified Angus beef, having that quality in mind, to have that quality animal certainly pays in terms of the grid premiums that you receive, but also the demand for for high-quality Angus genetics.
The American Angus Association's award-winning documentary series, I Am Angus, continues this week. Be sure to set your television to RFD TV December 5th at 9 p.m. Central, as we cover those who have a stake in the production of Angus cattle and quality Angus beef. That's December 5th, right here on RFD TV. We go now to Jenna McCrell with a look at some other headlines you may have missed.
Thanks, Bob. The USDA has selected more than 70 projects that will connect school cafeterias with local farmers and ranchers through its Farm to School program. Brownfield Ag News reports that the selected projects will serve more than 13,000 schools and 2.8 million students. School gardens, field trips to local farms, and cooking classes will also be made possible thanks to the federal funds. Representatives from the South Dakota, Montana, and Kansas Departments of Agriculture recently returned from a beef trade mission to Russia. The Associated Press reports that the group spent 12 days in the country, visiting with government leaders, Russian cattle producers, and potential buyers of U.S. beef genetics. Experts believe Midwest producers have an opportunity to supply the country with high-quality females, semen, and embryos as Russia seeks to strengthen its beef industry. And a recent food demand survey shows consumers are more concerned about finding affordable foods to fit within their budget, while also meeting the three factors they value most: taste, safety, and price. The survey, which is conducted by Oklahoma State University, also shows that respondents would purchase more chicken if beef and pork prices continue to trend higher. And that's just a few of the news items you may have missed. For the Angus Report, I'm Jenna McCrell.
Visit Angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
Join the team, the Beef Quality Assurance Team. Getting BQA certified shows you're committed to practices that produce the highest quality beef in the world. And by visiting BQA.org, you can take the online certification course at a time that fits your schedule and from the comfort of your home or office. You'll also find lots of helpful tips on improving animal health and animal handling practices. Get certified, BQA certified, because it's about doing the right thing. Visit BQA.org today and become a member of the BQA team.
We stand for what we believe in. We believe in you. It's more than a job. It's your way of life. Who you are, where you live, and what you do. The way you treat your cattle, your family, your employees, and your neighbors. The water you drink, the air you breathe, and the ground you walk on. What you do every day gives families something to gather around every night. It's about doing what's right for your cattle, your land, your community, and your business. It's your livelihood, and it means as much to us as it does to you. We all believe in responsible beef. Let's stand together at responsiblebeef.com.
Check out next week's sale in Ogallala, Nebraska. Managed by Cotton & Associates, Raymar Ranches is selling over 1,400 lots December 9th and 10th. Also selling are two daughters of the cornerstone Raymar Farms donor, Henrietta Pride 657T. Bid online at liveauctions.tv and cattleusa.com. Visit cotton-associates.com. That's cotton-associates.com for more sale info.
Thomas Angus Ranch is your nationwide source for Angus genetics that excel on the range, in the feedlot, and on the rail. Thomas Angus Ranch is a performance-oriented program you can trust to put the right genetics in your herd. Thomas Angus Ranch is dedicated to meeting customer needs and guarantees the use of the industry's top genetics. Thomas Angus Ranch, the brand that pays.